Hello, Math Wizards! Welcome to our new lesson for this week. So we are now at quarter 1, week 3 of your lesson for Mathematics 5. And for this week, we're going to discuss about how to perform 3 or more different operations by applying the GMDAS rules or the GMDAS rules. So now let's get the ball rolling and let's start our week with a bang. Alright, so let's have your learning competency for this week. So number 1, perform 3 different operations by applying the GMDAS rules. And number 2, perform 3 or more different operations by applying the GMDAS rules. Okay, let's have our day 1. So what do we have for day 1? Alright, so let's have our review time. Can you perform the indicated operations? So A, 100 plus 25. Letter B, 250 minus 105. Letter C, 12 times 30. Letter D, 200 divided by 5. And letter E, it's 20 minus 4 minus 3. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to answer these problems or numbers. Okay, let's have our lesson purpose. So this time, try to solve the following. Okay, so we have for letter A, it's 30 minus 15 plus 2. And letter B, 20 times 2 divided by 4. Okay, what are we going to solve first? Okay, so don't worry. Later on, we're going to discuss on which one or which operation should we solve first or which operation should we perform first to come up with the correct answer. So this time, we're going to unlock our content area vocabulary for this week. Okay, so it's GMDAS, grouping, symbols, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Again, GMDAS stands for G, grouping symbols, M for multiplication, D, division, A, addition, and S for subtraction. So meaning to say, this is the pattern or the operation that we should solve and follow first. Okay, so ito yung ating susundin. So if we encounter a problem or number problem and we are asked to solve this using the GMDAS rules. So you're going to look first if there are numbers which are grouped or within the open and close parenthesis or an open and close or naka-bracket. Yun mo ang ating uunahing isolve. Followed by multiplication, division, addition, and the last one is subtraction. GMDAS rule states the order of operations when performing series of operations. So according to this rule, perform operation first within the grouping symbols. Then do multiplication or division before adding or subtracting. Multiply or divide from left to right. Add or subtract from left to right. So always remember this rule, especially if you're going to answer problems or number problems using or following the GMDAS rules. So again, G stands for grouping symbols, yung parentheses, brackets, yan. And then followed by multiplication. So after solving the numbers with grouping symbols, the next operation to be used or next operation to be performed is multiplication if there is any, followed by division, addition, and lastly subtraction. So tingnan yung given and then look for this. Ito po yung inyong gagawin ng pagkakasunod-sunod. So grouping muna and then multiplication kung meron. Kung walang multiplication, then do the division. Kung wala pa ring division, then addition, and lastly subtraction. Basta ito yung ifa-follow natin to come up with the correct answer. Alright. So for day 1 and day 2, we have our subtopic, perform 3 different operations by applying GMDAS. Okay, so let's have our word problem. During his birthday, Jello received 2,000 pesos. He bought 2 shirts at 400 each. How much change will Jello receive? So which equation gives the correct answer? Is it A, 2,000 minus 400 plus 400 is equals to 1,200? Or letter B, 2,000 minus 2 times 400 equals 1,200. So both equation gives us the correct answer. So the question is, which one is the correct equation? So when more than one operation is involved in an equation, which should be performed first? Okay, so let's have our worked examples. Okay, so perform the operations within each pair of grouping symbols. Parentheses, brackets, and braces, beginning with the innermost pair. So yung pinaka loob, no? Kung halimbawang may parentheses na, then may naka-bracket pa, so unahin po yung nasa loob ng parentheses. And then after nun na-solve, then susunod na po yung within the parentheses na yung inyong sasagutan. And then multiply or divide from left to right. And then lastly, add or subtract from left to right. Okay, so apply GMDAS in performing the indicated operations. So we have here an example, 16 plus 9 divided by 3 multiplied by 4. So what are we going to do first? Okay, so we need to divide first. So 9 divided by 3. And then after that, we're going to multiply before adding. So it will be 3, because 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 4, okay, multiply mo muna na yun, and then proceed to addition. So 16 plus 12 is 28. Okay, so how about this one? Example 2, okay, open and close parenthesis, 9 plus 6 divided by 3 minus 2. So add first the numbers inside the parenthesis. Okay, so 9 plus 6, it's 15. Okay, down natin yung 15, then i-copy natin yung other numbers, and then divide before subtracting. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Bring down yung 2, and then let's proceed on subtraction. 5 minus 2 is equals to 3. Alright, so we have here our example 3. So 150 divided by, open and close parenthesis, 80 minus 50 plus 95. So what we're going to do is to subtract the numbers inside the parenthesis. So it will become 150, and then divided by, the answer for 80 minus 50 is 30 plus 95. Then divide before adding. So 150 divided by 30 is 5 plus 95. Okay, we're going to add, and then the answer is 100. Okay, and for example 4, 95 minus 30 multiplied by 4 divided by 12. Okay, so what are we going to do first? Multiply. Okay, so let's multiply 30 by 4. So it is 120. So magiging 95 minus 120 divided by 12. So the next thing that we're going to do is to divide. Okay, so 120 divided by 12 is 10. Bring down 10 and 95. 95 minus 10 is 85. Okay, example 5, we have, ito yung sinasabi natin. May bracket na, may parenthesis pa. So what are we going to do, or what are we going to perform first? Okay, so sabi dito, perform the operation inside the parenthesis. So that will be 45 divided by 5. So the answer is 9, and then minus 7 kasi nasa loob sila ng brace. So subtract the numbers inside the braces. So that would be 9 minus 7, 2, then multiplied, or a bracket, I mean not braces, and then 2 multiplied by 100. That will give us the answer of 200. Okay, so it's activity time. So apply me. So you're going to apply the GMDAS rule for this activity. Alright, so let's have our day 3 and day 4. So don't worry, before we end our video, I'm going to give you some of the correct answer. But of course, I know you can do it well because all you need to do is to follow the GMDAS rule. So kapag alam natin kung ano ang ating uunahin, hindi po tayo magkakamali sa ating pagsosolve. So again, unahin muna natin yung mga group symbols, and then followed by multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Okay, let's have our review. Okay, so can you state the GMDAS rule? Ano ba yung ating GMDAS rule and how do we use it in performing different word or number problems? So again, GMDAS rule, perform the operations within each pair of grouping symbols. So it might be a parenthesis, brackets, and braces, beginning with the innermost pair, and then multiply or divide from left to right, and lastly, add or subtract from left to right. So we have here some worked examples that you can always review. You can always go back to this video and review, or other videos as well that you think might help you better understand the GMDAS rules. Okay, so we have here 25 minus 5 multiplied by, open and close parentheses, 16 minus 12 divided by 2. So what are we going to do first? Do the operation inside the parentheses first. So that's 16 minus 12. Okay, so that would give us 25 minus 5 times 4 divided by 2. So next thing that we're going to do is to multiply. Okay, so let's multiply 5 times 4. So that will give us the answer 20. So next thing is to divide 20 divided by 2, and that will give us the answer 10. And now proceed to subtraction. 25 minus 10 is equals to 15. Alright, so for our next example, we have here 280 minus 45 divided by 15 plus 9 multiplied by 3. So what are we going to do if dividing and multiplying at once will not affect the result of the expression? You may do operations simultaneously. Okay, so kung hindi naman daw maapektuhan yung resulta ng ating equation, so pwede daw nating pagsabayin yun na gawin. So we have here 45 divided by 15, that will give us the answer 3, plus 9 times 3 is 27. Then we have the equation 280 minus 3 plus 27. Then we proceed to subtraction. 280 minus 3, so that would be 277, and then lastly we add it to 27, and the final answer is 304. Okay, next example, we have 6 multiplied by, okay, naka-bracket siya, and then open and close parenthesis, 7 plus 3 times 2, and then minus 6 plus 2 times 9. Okay, so start with the innermost grouping symbol. So the innermost grouping symbol is 7 plus 3. So that would give us an equation 6 times, open and close parenthesis, 10 times 2 minus 6 plus 2 times 9. So simplify the expression inside the parenthesis. So 6 times, okay, 10 times 2, that would be 20. So ang magiging equation natin is 6 times 20 minus 6 plus 2 times 9. Now let's proceed to multiplication. So we multiply 6 times 20 and 2 times 9. So that would give us the answer 120 minus 6 plus 18. And then proceed to subtraction. 120 minus 6 is 114. And lastly, we add it with 18, which gives us the result of 134. 32. We have here example 4, 25 plus 15 minus 6 times 2 inside the parentheses plus 60. So what are we going to do? Do the operation inside the parentheses first, which is 6 times 2. That would give us the answer 12, or the product is 12. Now, let's proceed to addition. So 25 plus 15 is equals to 40 minus 12 plus 60. Okay, so let's subtract 40 minus 12 is 28 plus 60. So if we're going to add 28 and 60, so that would give us the answer 88. Okay, so this time let's have our activity 2, solve me. Okay. So here you need to apply the GMDAS rule in performing the different operations. So I'm going to give you some time to perform this or to do this activity. So let's have more word examples. So the more examples, no, mas marami tayong examples na binibigay, mas madali para sa atin na intindihin. Okay, that's why our teachers would always give us a lot of examples para mas maintindihan natin lalo ang ating lesson. Okay, use grouping symbols to make each equation correct. Okay, so 4 times 7 plus 1 equals 32. Okay, so we have there our solution. So it would be 4 times 7 plus 1. Okay, so equals okay. So we have here 6 plus 8 divided by 2 is equals to 7. So 6 plus 8, open and close parentheses, divided by 2 is equals to 7. So 6 plus 8 is 12. Oh, sorry, 6 plus 8 is 14. Divided by 2, the answer is 7. Okay, the next grouping, the next equation, 5 plus 7 times 2 minus 2 minus 12. Okay, it's equals to 5. Okay, so we have there the solution. Okay, let's have our activity 3. So group me. So same thing, katulad din ng ginawa kanina. Use grouping symbols to make each equation correct. So given yung answer, so what you're going to do is yung lalagyan nyo siya ng grouping symbol. So parenthesis or bracket or braces. So very crucial yung ating mga grouping symbols kasi pag nagkamali tayo ng pag-group or paglalagay ng bracket or parenthesis, mag-iiba na ang sagot. So be careful in putting the grouping symbols sa mga numbers. So again, don't worry. Pag medyo nalilito, okay, minsan kapag binigay naman sa atin yung sagot, parang working backwards, di ba? Binibigay yung sagot, ikaw ngayon na mag-iisip kung paano nag-come up sa ganong klaseng sagot. No? While kapag nag-solve ka naman ng problem, paano ba makuha ang sagot? Well, on the other way around, answer ang binigay, so paano naman nag-come up sa ganong sagot? Okay, activity 4, help me find the correct answer. Okay, so this time you're going to solve the following using the GMDAS rule. Okay, let's have your takeaways for this lesson. So, do you find it easy? Do you find it hard? Do you find it somewhat confusing? So, pag nakakita ka na ng maraming bracket, maraming parentheses, parang umiikot na ba yung mundo mo or umiikot na yung paningin mo? So, always take note and remember the GMDAS rule. Kapag alam natin yung rule, hindi tayo magkakamali sa pagsosolve ng isang equation. Okay? So, for some, madali kasi master na nila yung multiplication and division. Yung iba medyo nakukuha. Yung iba nahihirapan. Why? Kasi hindi kabisado ang multiplication table. That's why nahihirapan mag-multiply, nahihirapan mag-divide. Okay? So, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. So, kapag naisip mo, naku, mahihirapan ako dito sa lesson na to kasi hindi ko kabisado ang multiplication table. So, what are you going to do? So, multiply or have the multiplication table and try to memorize it or try to have drills in multiplication or subtraction or addition, okay? Para mas bumilis kayong mag-isip, mas mabilis mag-solve, no? Yung window card, very, very powerful yung mga window card drills natin. Very useful po talaga. So, hindi lahat nadadalian sa math, but with perseverance, ay makukuha natin yung ating yung proper way, no? Especially sa bawat lesson, if we just try our best, so makukuha natin, maintindihan natin yung ating lesson. So you're going to answer this, what I learned about GMDAS rules. Okay, so you're going to answer that for question. So the four basic operations are, so apat lang naman yun, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So MD next or blank from left to right. Okay, so alam niyo naman ang isasagot dito. For our reflection on learning, how can we connect this lesson to our everyday lives? Cite instances where knowledge of GMDAS is useful in practical context. Alright, so let's give examples, no, practical context or practical examples on how can we connect this lesson in our everyday lives. Kasi ganun lagi ang tanong, ma'am, saan ba namin yan gagamitin pagkatapos nito? Pag bibili po ba kami sa tindahan, magaganyan pa kami ng equation? O malay natin, magamit natin, diba? So we have here some examples now wherein you can use it in our everyday lives. So, for example, budgeting and shopping. So, you're buying your school supplies. So, you buy 3 notebooks at 25 each and 2 pens at 10 pesos each. So, you also have a 20 peso discount coupon. So, magkano na lang ang iyong babayaran? So, you group, no? I-group mo using yung ating grouping symbol. So, 3 notebooks times 25 pesos each and then added by 2 pens times 10 pesos each. So, minus 20 because you have a 20 peso discount coupon. So, anong gagawin natin? So, you multiply first before adding and subtracting. Okay, so if done out of order, you'd get the wrong budget. Okay, so i-multiply, tatlong notebook times 25 pesos is 75 plus dalawang ball pen na 10 piso. So, that would be 20. So, 75 plus 20 minus 20. So, the answer is 75. So, another example is cooking and baking. Okay, so, you're baking cookies and you want to triple the recipe. So, gagawa ka ng cookies pero gusto mong times 3 ang magawa mo. So, what are you going to do? So, yung original recipe, for example, 2 cups of sugar plus 1 cup of butter divided by 2. So, math for triple recipe, 3 times. Okay, i-group mo na yung 2 plus 1, naka-open and close parentheses, divided by 2. So, unahin mo na yung nasa loob. So, magiging 3 times, okay, 3 divided by 2. So, ang mangyayari, yung 3 divided by 2 ay magiging 1.5. So, 3 times 1.5 is equals to 4.5 cups na ang kailangan mo para maging triple yung magawa mo na cookies. Okay, so ano pa? When we are dividing money for food, you and your friends are sharing a meal worth 600. So, plus 150 delivery fee. So, paano mo yan gagawin? So, halimbawa, mag-order kayo sa mga food delivery. Tapos, ang inyong babayaran ay 600. plus yung 150 na delivery fee. So what are you going to do? You're going to add first, okay, i-group mo muna yung inyong expenses, yung how much are you going to pay. So that would be 600 for the food and 150 for the delivery fee. Then divide by 3. So 750 divided by 3, so that would be equal to 250. Ibig sabihin, kayong tatlo ay tig to 250 each para mabayaran ang in-order nyong pagkain at the same time yung delivery fee. Okay? So, ano ang pwedeng matutunan doon? So, GMDAS helps us to budget wisely, cook correctly, and share things fairly. Alright. So, yun yung mga examples na kung saan pwede nating magamit yung GMDAS into practical context and in our daily lives. So lastly, we have your formative assessment. So try to answer these equations. Okay, so as I've said a while ago, we have here our answer key. But please be honest, okay? So kahit na meron tayong answer key, try your best to answer the problems or the equation. So it's always for you. Madaling magsagot kasi may answer key si ma'am, but then yung learning, okay? So nasagot mo nga, pero the question is, natuto ka ba on how to solve it? But if you're sure na you know how to solve it, so at least try before having the answer here at the end of our video. Alright, so good job everyone. So give yourselves a round of applause for finishing our lesson for this week. So good job and congratulations dahil na-master nyo na ang GMDAS rule. And thank you for being with me for the past 30 minutes. So yung mga naka-abot sa dulo, thank you so much. So see you next time and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. So this is Teacher Isa. Thank you so much and bye!